Namaste, it's the Spiritual Daywalker, hashtag Shredding Us Cards, with your tarot card reading for the next new moon phase from 29th of June until 13th of July. This new moon is going to be in Cancer. So Taurus, it's all about who can you support in your reality, who is actually valuing your grounding energy, right? So you are giving and giving and giving and giving and grounding and grounding and grounding and grounding, but who is actually giving you a feeling of being valued, right? So who is worth your energy, right? That's exactly what you're going to be asking yourself, most probably. We're going to see it in the cards. That being said, it is a general reading, so if the message doesn't resonate with you, feel free to drop the message. If it does, drop a comment, like and subscribe. We're going to try something different, right? It's going to be a DNA spread or a helix spread, as from my own invention. If you didn't see the introduction video there, I'm going to explain it, how exactly it works. It's basically around the axis of spirit, the energy is balancing out, and then you have the challenge in the middle, and see how they relate diagonally. It's an interesting system. I very much love it, and I'm going to build my tarot deck around it, so we'll see. Also, I don't do love readings if love comes up in a reading that is on you, because you are attracting it. It can be, since it's a new moon in Cancer, so love is very much part of the equation. However, life is a self-fulfilling prophecy. There is the idea of free will, and I don't want you to project something into your reality just because I say so, right? So let's get into it, see what your soul wants to experience, where you're coming from, where you're heading to, how this life phase is looking for you. All right, one more to go. So where's my axis? Let's go for this one. One more. One more. Still. Okay. There's the fourth for the fourth element. There you go. It's about networking. It's about work. It's about learning something new, right? And not even learning something new. It's about how you work with people, what network you wanna build, right? It very much feels like the zero. It just popped out. The zero is basically the soul's insight, right? So the topic of what's happening inside of you. It's leading into a 3, a 9, a 6, and the 10. The 10 is representing where you're at right now. So this is the axis of the 10, of the 0 and the 10, the 9 being the core card, and the 3 and 6 being the flux of reality. It's all based on doubling patterns, right? So it seems like, watch the introduction video. Seems like you need to cut ties with a loved one, probably, because there is that 2 of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Swords in reverse. It's like, it's tough for you to let go of the idea of what a relationship means to you, meaning like you're giving and giving and giving and giving, and being a giver and a grounding force, right, is a very beautiful feeling for you, actually. But therefore, it has to be valued, right? You have to be able to be proud of yourself for being that kind of provider. And it seems right now you're in that moon card. The moon energy is like, it's very much driven by the subconscious, right? Very much driven by the subconscious. So you're going to realize something about how you're working and how you're networking, how you're working with your energy. That is like the core being the Father of Cups. The core card here is you being on top of your emotions and knowing that, yeah, well, that you have emotional needs that need to be catered. You're not here to just like provide and provide and provide and provide, right? And let's see how the reality spins around this, because it seems very much so that some romantic relationship, it doesn't even have to be romantic, it's just like your idea of relationship is not really working out because you need to mature emotionally, which means being in touch with your emotions and making a decision about how you want to go about this. So your mindset is going to change with that Five of Swords. And it seems to be very much hidden, because both of the cards right here, the 3 and the 6, which is the flux field of consciousness that is kind of driving this entire experience, it's related to their moon card. They're both in reverse, and with that kind of proving the moon wrong, that it's still hidden, right? It's still not exactly shown to you why you're doing what you're doing and how you're gonna change around that. Let's see how your reality reflects around that. So in the spot of the 1, there's your Son of Pentacles in reverse. The 2 is a 6 of Cups. Then you're going into a 4 and a 5 as your main challenge. The Abyss is right here because it crosses the 9, right? 4 and 5 is 9. Also, like the 9 is the center of it all. It's fucking amazing. So there's that 7 of Wands trying to balance a 9 of Wands in reverse. Interesting. And a 6 of Wands in reverse, trying to balance a 4 of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, it looks so good on paper because there is that 4 of Pentacles. There is that sense of stability and having it all under control, right? And that's why you're not able to let go, because the 6 of Wands is realizing what you truly want and just going with the flow, right? And since this is in reverse, it's still in that moon energy. It's still sort of hidden, but it seems like the relationships you're in slowly but surely are gonna show you, right? Slowly but surely are gonna show you how stable that actually feels, because the downside of the 4 of Pentacles is being a little too controlling and too much reliant on that stability, right? On the outside, on the material, on the feeling of having a solid relationship or whatever, right? So then the 4 of Pentacles is moving into that 7 of Wands, which is actually going for it. So seems very much you're turning that 6 of Wands around. The 7 of Wands is just like just doing it. But thing is, it feels a little alone. It feels very much about the ego. It feels like you're gonna get a win, right? And that win is gonna then get you into a 6 of Cups mode, into an emotional overflow that is related to how you want things to feel from experience. So that is very interesting. That is very interesting. On the other side, the 6 of Wands in reverse, yeah, that kind of feeling trapped a little, like where is that passion, right? You want that passion. You don't want it to feel like work, right? You want it to feel like it did in the beginning, probably, like when you were just like all going for it and glad you could be that provider and whatever. And it's getting you into that wounded warrior mode. Like the 9 of Wands is that wounded warrior, right? It's the one that has been struggling for so long, and since it's in reverse, it's still like a little like self-doubt. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Like, is there anything I can do, right? And you want that 9 of Wands is feeding into the Son of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, yeah, but I'm doing it, right? I am providing. Why the fuck don't I get something back from that, right? So the Son of Pentacles in reverse means you're trying to be a provider, trying to provide the stability, and you're very like, yeah, you're very like diligent and whatnot, but somehow it makes you reminisce of how it felt in the past and how you want it to feel, right? And that sense of victory that you know that sense of victory is trying to balance out your self-doubt right here. That's the challenge. It's like remind yourself of like your pride, how strong you are, and that's a good thing, and that you need people to to cherish that. That is very freaking interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's look at it again. So this is all about you learning how to spin your web, learning how to, like something new, maybe, really learning something like a tangible skill, right? Could be very much about work for you also. Doesn't have, like that Two of Cups doesn't have to be romantic relationship. It's more like how you emotionally connect to people, right? And if you only connect to people emotionally by a sense of stability and that commitment, then it feels like you're the one providing that, and that's something you very much need to, well, it has to be an equal give and take of some sort. It has to be. And you're kind of realizing from the past, like, because these are related, like the Six of Cups into the Seven of Wands into the Four of Pentacles. It's like remembering a feeling from the past that was brought to you by just taking a leap of faith with the Seven of Wands and just going for it and following your passion, is the feeling of security that you actually want, right? And it's very deeply rooted inside your subconscious, right? And on the other hand, trying to be a provider and then doubting yourself about doing it right, and then realizing you cannot set yourself free like that. That is what is keeping that hidden, in a sense, or maybe also the energy you're moving out of. Because the overall core of the matter is that Father of Cups. The Father of Cups that realizes he has emotional needs. They're very much of being able to provide stability, right? Here's that Axis of Pentacles right here, right? And then there it is, like setting yourself free from the idea of, the idea of control, right? And control also meaning like, so what do we do with this now, practically speaking? It's like you got to realize you got emotional needs, right? You want to provide, and if people are not cherishing what you provide, sometimes things are just like falling apart, and it's not your fault. It's just like some things need to shift, and you got to wrap your head around that with that Five of Swords. It's like, yeah, it's not that I failed, it's just that this was actually kind of holding me back from experiencing pride about myself, experiencing what I actually can achieve here, right? So it's very much you learning something about how you are working with other people in every sense of the word, right? Working with them emotionally in terms of stability, what you provide, and if things are not working out, you're kind of looking back and then emotionally realizing that it felt so good in the past, so what did I do in the past that made it feel so good? Yeah, you would kind of just going for it, for the sake of it, for you being proud of yourself, for the person you are, for what you can bring to the table. And you're actually not doing it for the person. Seems odd because you are in service to others, But that gives you a good feeling, right? And it needs to give you that good feeling. You can be proud of yourself either way. You can be proud of yourself for trying. Sometimes it's just not you that is the problem, right? Something that is hidden is the problem, and it's probably something that makes you realize something about your subconscious. But more, since it's so close to that Two of Cups in reverse right here, something is not working out because of reasons you don't know. And maybe you never will. It's okay. You don't have to. You have to be proud of yourself for being true to yourself, for being like providing and grounding and like standing tall. And you're moving out of that self-doubt about the situation that hasn't worked out, the relationships that haven't worked out, and you're realizing that there are some mindsets inside you that need to shift, right? You are doing it for the people around you, yes, but it's okay to feel good about doing it and to take that pride and turn it into energy, right? And turn it into energy to further your skills. Maybe you realize there was something you could have done better, right? So you're actually learning a new skill. Your soul is picking up on that. It's like, okay, I could have worked with this a different way, but then again, shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? You needed that experience to make that, to have that idea, to have that insight about yourself. Because right now, you're seeing shit, right? That moon card right now is just like, why the fuck isn't it not working, right? Even if you're not in a relationship, then it's more like the idea of, I'm such a good guy and such a stand-up guy, why the fuck isn't like love coming in, right? Why can't I set myself free from the doubts, right? Because that's what you need to do. Set yourself free from the doubts. Realize that taking that leap of faith and just going for it, for what you feel is the right thing to do, right? That's exactly what you need to do. And be that Father of Cups. Just be on top of your emotions in a term that sometimes it's just not you. Like sometimes it feels shitty that it didn't happen, or that is not coming together the way it should, or that like the commitment is not what you want it to be. But it doesn't mean that you have to fuck yourself up about it. It does mean that you have emotional needs, and if they're not met, you need to work with that and just like, okay, where did I get those emotions from in the past? What kind of idea of success do I have? What is success for me? Is success for me actually helping a lost cause, right? Or the mere idea of trying, right? Just being there, just doing it. That already is a beautiful feeling that you can build upon. And that's how you're, like what you're wrapping your head around and maturing from that Son of Pentacles. That's the one just wanting to do shit right, into a Father of Cups that knows sometimes shit is going wrong for you to learn a lesson, and for them to learn a lesson. It's not even about you, right? It's something that is very much hidden. And you're learning how to work with those energies. That's a very beautiful energy. It seems a little stressful. However, you're very much on top of this. With that Father of Cups in the middle right there is like, that's the energy you have to assume, and that you will assume through the course of action right here. You have to realize like you're doing it because you actually like it, because your subconscious was always about like pulling the chariot, right? Exactly. Taurus, if that resonated with you, feel free to drop a comment, like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Also, I'm going to clarify and extend it. Find the link in the description box below. And we're going to pull 18 cards to get deeper into the narrative. And yeah, if you're interested in how I read this, then check out the introduction video where I explain the DNA spread, the helix spread I invented. It's going to be the basis for my tarot deck that I'm going to create. Daywalker Bali is going to be the brand. Shit is happening. Very cool. And you're here from the beginning. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey. And see you at the extended. Thank you, Taurus. I love you.